Hey everybody, welcome back to Ken Foyette's The Pillars of the Earth. As the kids would say, we're so back now, and we're doing Book 2, Chapters 8 through 14. So, I guess might as well continue where we left off here.
My name is Aliena of Shiring. I'm the daughter of the Earl Bartholomew of Shiring. At least, I used to be, before my father was arrested for conspiring against the king. And a man I had once refused to marry took control of everything my family had ever owned, including ourselves.
Where's the girl?
She is where you put her, you fiend. Once the king finds out...
Here's the key. Now go get her, I'm starving.
Robes and dresses all decked on. Regan Hamley took them. Sleeping on a bare bed. She's got it rough.
Milady, are you awake? William Hamley is back. He wants to see you.
You may come in, Matthew. Dear God! Did he hit you?
Well, I suppose he's getting more daring now that his father is about to see the king.
This is taking too long. Go get them.
Right.
Milady, I must ask you, do not provoke him. Not yet. Not until you're properly armed.
Did you get the weapons?
Yes, I hid them up on the wall. Near the gate. Look for a red piece of cloth.
Get down here, and no talking. And don't cause any trouble. I just cleaned my sword.
Okay. Guess that's good to know.
Oh, that was quick. You certainly do know your place, don't you? Ugh, what's with your face? Your arrogance makes you ugly. Did you know that?
I didn't sleep well.
Were you lonely?
We've all been sleeping poorly the last few weeks. Your father will be the new Earl soon. This castle will be yours. There's no need to keep the lady and her brother
Matthew.
hostage.
It's all right. I can speak for myself.
Oi, Walter. Looks like the princess needs a servant to do her talking. Can't imagine why I ever wanted to marry that ugly boar. A real lady. That's what I deserve. Maybe even Empress Maud. Yes, I'll marry the Empress. But I will keep on fucking her.
As if Maud would ever marry you.
Shut up!
I won't.
You have no say around here anymore.
I am still the daughter of your Earl.
You're a common whore, that's what you are.
Oh, how you must enjoy your revenge.
You're just getting what you deserve.
All this just because I wouldn't marry you?
Shut up. Shut up!
You are a sad man who knows nothing but cruelty. God shall punish you for this.
I am the cruel one. You renounced our wedding and made me the laughingstock of the entire Shire.
Stop, both of you. Go outside, girl. Walk it off.
I should walk it off.
Anything you need, William?
Tell the bitch to get me something to eat. I'm starving.
You heard him. Go, now!
I always told you your stubbornness would be your end.
Alright, guess I gotta rustle up some grub for that prick.
Oh! It smells horrible in here.
Rotten meat.
Oh!
Teeming with maggots and mold. Rotting apples, spoiled cabbages. Ugh, flour. Old onions.
Let's see. A loaf of bread. And it doesn't look as bad as everything else in here.
One loaf of dry bread.
Did you get what he asked for?
Yes!
Good. Don't waste his time, then.
He's there, but what's... Alright, let's give him the rotten meat.
Your food.
Ah! What is this?
This is all I've found.
You really think you can play your silly games with me?
I am still the daughter of the Earl, and by the law of the king, you are my subject.
Oh my. Forget what I said about your arrogance. It actually makes you quite pretty. Huh?
In the name of my father, you will die for this!
Master Richard, don't!
Stupid boy. Almost as stupid as his sister. I'd rape you if I could. But you're not my kind of lass.
Jeez.
What's with her? She dead?
Leave her. The king has not yet spoken. Wait till your father is an Earl proper. Then you can do with her whatever you want.
Damn! To hell with it. She's so ugly, no one would ever want to take her anyway. Put them with the animals until the king has decided.
Well, there was no previously on. I thought that they would do that since it was styled so much like a TV show. But it does keep all your choices from the first book and everything, so that's pretty cool. I guess she's the third playable character. Technically she was introduced earlier, but we weren't able to play as her until now. Move, Richard, please.
Richard! Richard! Wake up! Come on, I need you to wake up! Hey!
Ali? Ali, my ear!
Jeez.
How do you feel?
Hot.
The wound is boiling your blood. We need to get you someplace dry and cool so you can heal.
Ali, they shackled us. I will die here.
They gave him the old reservoir
Calm down. You'll only make things worse. Don't give up. We will get out of here.
And what then?
We'll find Father. He'll know what to do.
I heard them say that he's with the king in Winchester.
Then that's where we'll go. You'll see. He'll make things right again. What were you thinking, charging William like that?
I had to protect you.
That was very brave of you.
I don't know.
It was. Father will be proud when you tell him. How did you free yourself before?
I don't know. When they put me here, they had the shackles fitted to my ankles. But today, I somehow managed to slip through. These 3 weeks must have made me very determined.
Yes, and very thin. Richard, throw me that horseshoe.
It's not hard enough to break the chain. I already tried.
I'll think of something. Just give it to me.
Is that what I need to do? Well, maybe not. Wait a minute. hammer up there.
It's too high. I'm chained to a post. I can't reach it. If only it was closer.
That's what the horseshoe's for. Oops. I have another horseshoe. That's good. That worked. I can use the hammer on the chains. Oops.
Shh. I'll open yours next. Can you stand?
I'll try.
Good. Then wait here. I'll find us a way to get out of here.
Let's take his horse.
Yes. Good idea. But first we need the weapons Matthew hid for us.
Alright. Gotta go find those weapons. So this red cloth.
I have to say, that battle was a bit short for my taste.
Being from a politically ambitious noble family, William Hemley commands a small army of his own. He likes to keep his three most trusted men by his side: Walter, Hugh Axe, and Ugly Gervais. The later two are knights known for their violence and loyalty. Their names alone strike fear in the hearts of their enemies. Walter was once William's instructor and taught him how to fight and ride since William was a boy. Now Walter is his body.
The knights weren't prepared and the peasants scattered.
And a right-hand man. Here we go.
What I wouldn't do for a good
I
king
found it.
right now.
Matthew's piece of cloth. Whoa, easy. Easy now.
What are you doing? The horse nearly woke the guard.
The knot is too tight.
Give the horse some oats.
Oh, you look hungry. Want to eat? It's calm now. Try to mount it, Richard.
But where do we go?
To Winchester, of course. We need to find Father and talk to the king. They must find out what's happening here. Now climb on. It won't eat forever. Now me.
Oi! You there! Stop!
Cut him off!
The Great Escape. Right into the forest.
The thought that they could catch up with us urged me to ride onward. It rained relentlessly. After a while, Richard's moaning got weaker, but I did not dare look back, for I feared to see William Hamley right at our heels. I forced the horse to go faster, hoping that my brother would not succumb to his wounds. We headed toward Winchester. The king would make things right if we explained them to him. He had to. It wasn't long until Richard almost fell off the horse. Touching his forehead, I realized he had a high fever. His mutilated ear was red, hot, and swollen. A sound startled me. From the thicket of the forest emerged a woman. I was ready to draw the dagger that was flush against my forearm. I asked her to give us her name. This was her forest, she said, so we should be the ones introducing ourselves. I proclaimed that I was the daughter of the Earl of Shiring, traveling with my brother. I can tell your nobility by your manners. She smiled and revealed in turn that she was the wife of the local verderer. Seeing Richard's ear, she said that he needed help. Luckily, their hut was nearby. She offered us food, shelter, and care.
The hell's a verderer? Guess he's the one who verders. Then he slices your throat. I verder you! That's probably what happened. I think we gotta take the risk. Gotta take all the help you can get. I always rely on the kindness of strangers.
It was further than she had led us to believe. There, I helped my brother off the horse and let the woman take the horse's reins. The hut was rather barren, with few furnishings. It was almost as cold as outside, and there was no sign of her husband. Richard dropped onto one of the creaky stools. The woman lit a fire, which came alive with a crackle and gave out a warming glow. I told her that we may have nothing to give her now, but if she managed to make Richard well again, we'd come back and reward her one day. She finally turned towards us again, an odd smile on her lips. Something was strange about her expression. She nodded towards the fire. There was a sound outside, but she distracted my attention by turning to Richard. She started to explain that to close a wound, one must gently press a hot piece of metal against the flesh. This will stop demons and bad smells from entering the body.
Something like that.
The woman's eyes kept darting to the door, so I turned my head to see what it was she was looking for. The moment after I'd turned my head, my own knife was pointing at my face. She'd noticed the dagger in my sleeve and had yanked it out before I knew what was happening. She apologized. It's a tough world, and it's eat or be eaten. There was another noise outside. He's here, she said.
He's gonna verder us.
I swiftly grabbed a splintered board from the ground and pointed it at her in defense. Suddenly, I was grabbed from behind, and the next moment I landed hard on the floor. He examined us and our weapons and broke into laughter. He stepped closer to reach for Richard's sword, but his wife interrupted. We can't sell that. Everyone would know who that sword belonged to. The man grunted in agreement and turned to leave. Before she followed him, she dropped my dagger. Burn out your brother's wound with this, she said, and disappeared. We heard the whinnying of William's horse and the stomping of hooves from outside. We stood, frozen, until Richard told me to go and have a look. As I did, the outlaws were long on their way, and our mount with them. The hut probably hadn't belonged to them in the first place, but at least it meant a roof over our heads for the night. The fire was still burning. We had no other choice but to trust the word of the outlaw. The heated dagger trembled in my hands. Do it, Ali, I can take it. Richard tried to sound brave. A horrible hissing sound and the smell of burnt flesh filled the hut when the blade touched his ear. But it seemed to work. For a few hours, I guarded the door while Richard slept, but soon I fell asleep too. We walked for 2 more days with only brief rests in between, but we finally arrived at the city gates of Winchester. Richard was weak, but at least we were still together, and we were sure that together we would find a way to escape this nightmare.
All right, so we burned his wound out. That probably should be helpful. At least he's not gonna die, probably. So, yeah, we got completed a whole chapter this time. Like, what, 7 more to go?
We made it. They can't harm us anymore, can they? After all, there are laws in place to protect us here, right?
I think so, but we shouldn't risk finding out.
Then let's go.
Where are you going?
To our townhouse, of course.
Alright, so I think I'm going to save it here. We'll do the rest, at least some more of this chapter next time. I don't know if we'll finish it, but at least get into a good chunk of it out of the way. So, yeah, it feels good to get back into this game again. And it's already pretty exciting. I'm sure we'll meet up with our family that's building the cathedral, who met up with the people in the woods and all of that jazz. You can go back and watch the first book. I didn't make a playlist, but there's a link in the description if you want to go back and see what the story was from the beginning. Anyway, hope you enjoy and having a good weekend, and we'll have a little more Sea of Stars tomorrow. We're getting into some good story stuff in that game, and then we have more of this on Monday, and then on Tuesday we're starting a new game, Stacking, which is a lot of fun. I hope you'll check that out. And yeah, it's pretty unique and fun. So hope y'all have a good time, and we'll catch you next time. Later.